Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into some lesser-known facts about the recent SpaceX rocket explosion that lit up the night sky like a firework display. Now, you might be thinking, explosions? That's not good. And you'd be right. But in the world of space exploration, things can get a little volatile. We're talking about pushing the boundaries of engineering, physics, and human ingenuity. It's a high-stakes game where failure, unfortunately, is sometimes part of the learning curve. But that's what makes it all the more fascinating, right? Stick around as we explore the science, the safety protocols, and the sheer audacity of trying to leave this planet and reach for the stars. Let's get started. So, picture this, a magnificent rocket poised for the heavens, engines roaring with enough power to shake the ground you're standing on, and then boom, a fiery spectacle that would make even the most jaded pyrotechnics expert gasp in awe. But behind that visually stunning display lies a story of complex engineering, meticulous planning, and yes, sometimes unforeseen circumstances. In this case, the explosion was traced back to a malfunction in the rocket's second stage, specifically an issue with the fuel pressurization system. Think of it like the circulatory system of the rocket, ensuring the fuel, in this case a potent mix of liquid oxygen and methane, is delivered to the engines at the right pressure for a controlled burn. But in this instance, a leak developed, disrupting the delicate balance and leading to a catastrophic overpressure event. The result? Well, you saw it. An unscheduled disassembly of the rocket in the upper atmosphere. Now, you might be wondering, with all the brainpower and resources poured into space exploration, how can such a thing happen? It's a fair question. And the answer: see, SpaceX doesn't just throw rockets together and hope for the best. They've got a whole slew of safety protocols and redundancies built into their systems. From pre-launch checks to real-time monitoring, they've got their bases covered. Think of it like a really elaborate safety net designed to catch problems before they escalate. They run simulations, stress tests, and have multiple backup systems in place. But here's the thing, space is hard. Even with the most advanced technology and the brightest minds working on the problem, there's always an element of the unknown. All right, so we've had our explosion, we've talked about safety, but there's another aspect to consider: the aftermath. When a rocket goes boom, it's not exactly a tidy affair. We're talking about debris, and not just your average everyday trash. We're talking chunks of metal, bits of rocket engine, and potentially unburned fuel, all raining down from the sky. Now, SpaceX is pretty good about planning for these eventualities. They try to design their rockets to break up in a way that minimizes the risk to populated areas, and they have teams standing by to track and recover as much of the debris as possible. But it's not always perfect. Some of that debris might end up in the ocean, posing a potential hazard to marine life. And then there's the issue of unburned fuel, which can release harmful pollutants into the atmosphere. Now let's talk about money, because launching rockets ain't cheap. Each SpaceX rocket represents a hefty investment, hundreds of millions of dollars of cutting-edge technology and human ingenuity. So when one goes up in smoke, it's not just a setback in terms of progress, it's a financial hit as well. The good news is SpaceX is a pretty resilient company. They've got deep pockets thanks in part to their wildly successful launches and contracts with NASA and other clients. But still, a rocket explosion like this one is a stark reminder of the financial risks involved in pushing the boundaries of space exploration. It's a high-stakes game, and sometimes you lose. So, where do we go from here? A setback like this, while disappointing, is just a blip on the radar for a company like SpaceX. They're not the type to let a little thing like an explosion deter them from their ultimate goal, making humanity a multi-planetary species. In fact, Elon Musk, the visionary behind SpaceX, is probably already hard at work analyzing the data, figuring out what went wrong and how to prevent it from happening again. Because that's what engineers do. They learn from their mistakes, they adapt, and they come back stronger. So, expect to see SpaceX back on the launch pad soon, rockets blazing, pushing the limits of what's possible, because the final frontier waits for no one. Thanks for watching. If you found these facts interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on space and technology. Remember, space exploration is a journey, and like any good journey, it's not without its bumps along the way, but the knowledge we gain, the technologies we develop, and the inspiration we find in pushing the boundaries of human achievement make it all worthwhile. So, keep looking up at the stars and never stop questioning the universe around us. There's a whole lot out there to discover, and together we'll keep exploring.